Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Matt Capper. This is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. This is a rant video. Put it in the thumbnail, no surprise. If you don't like listening or watching rant videos, move on. If you just like arguing and you want to listen to what I'm going to bitch about so that you can automatically pick the opposite side, go ahead. Choose the side of PLARIUM. Join the Empire against the rebels. Be my guest. But I got things to say. But before I get to those things, we got to deal with the fact that I haven't put out a video in a little while. And that's probably the first part of the rant as to why. But at the time, I decided let's just pull ourselves back. It's fine. I'm enjoying the game. Let me play the game. Let me not worry about it. However, weeks later, more objectively speaking, and hearing other creators with the same mindset, it puts me into even further into the same mindset or the same position I had when I first, I've mentioned it in videos, and when I stopped making the faction war videos, etc. And that is, PLARIUM is out of their effing minds. And let me explain what I mean by that in case you need specifics. Faction Wars Hard is so ridiculous. Now, the whole video is not going to be on Faction Wars Hard. But Faction Wars Hard itself is so ridiculous that I'm not going to say I have a top tier account, but I'm in the end game. I have 40 million player power. I have gear that I have honed for the last 6 years. I've spent money in the game, a considerable amount of money in the game. I have a considerable number of champs. I'm not expecting it to be easy, but doable is kind of my mindset on this. And I stopped making videos because I realized there's already many different places that I can't actually complete. And on top of that, the silver requirements to be able to do these, I've spent 200 to 300 million silver to get to halfway, I guess, right? Pretty much halfway. I can't possibly imagine where I've already reached moments that I can't do 3-star. I've met ones where I can't do 1-star. I'm stuck. Now, I imagine if I had unlimited resources, I could put together things and combinations and not worry about breaking everything else just to put together a team that can pass that. And I would do that. But for me, it was just like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. There's nothing about her that makes me so must have that I'm gonna spend hours and hours of my time every day, and on top of it, millions and millions of resources just to complete. So that's kind of where I came from before. I still feel that way, and I continue to play these, and I still find these areas that are ridiculous. Like, look at this 1-star. It took me 11 minutes to beat this. Clear the stage in 150 turns. Dream. Now, I don't even know if this must have been the team I used. I used a bunch of different combinations. Do not worry. But it just came like, this is the one that I could at least kill the thing. And it's not the only one. There are plenty out there. I don't know, is this one? This one I was able to do. But look at the team I used. I used the arguably best PvE champion in the entire game in Toshiro, with the combination of Mikage, which is why he is the best PvE, is when he's with her. And then I used double Yumiko and Ariho for cleanses and heals and stuff. Like, this is not a team that 99.9% of the people out there can make. To be able to have both of these champions and 2 Yumikos, it's just not feasible. It's just not realistic. And that's what it took for 14. What is this one going to be like? What is 21 going to be like? So that's my first, but the rant is more. What really set me off this time is seeing the content creators out there putting out this new, the new information of kind of the next 3 to 4 months of updates. Now, I want to say that again, the next 3 to 4 month updates, because that in itself is something I want to poke on. 2, a lot of content creators, I've looked at 4 or 5 of the big boys. I watch Hell Hades, I watched Ash, I've watched Scratch, I've watched Drock. They all say much needed updates, finally, a big win. And I gotta tell you, I'm not shitting on them. That's their job, and it's true. Objectively speaking, stand out and just look in a silo these update announcements, and they are good for the game. They are good for progression. They're a step in the right direction. My problem is we have been conditioned as content creators and players of Raid Shadow Legends that we think that this, coming 6.5 years after the release of this game, plus give it another year in beta, is a step in the right direction? It's 6.5 years. What kind of steps are these guys taking? Are they doing the shuffle step that an 85-year-old with bad knees and a horrible back are doing? And this is how PLARIUM runs. This is how they do things. And this is mind-blowing to me. I look at all the things. Now I have Ash's video over here, thanks to Ash, because he did actually show the thing, because I don't have content creator access anymore. I'm not part of the program anymore. But whoever Krisk is, I think it's a bot, posted these things, and I can't see them all, but having watched the videos and see them. The production cycle for features is 4 to 6 months. It'll take them 4 to 6 months to do something they should have done 3+ years ago. And this is the one that really set me off, that made me want to do this video. Tag Team Arena. You asked, we listened. We asked in 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and 2020, maybe not 2020. I can't remember when Tag Team Arena was first released. I feel like it was pretty close. So wow, how nice of the stuff we've put in the atmosphere to finally hit your ears. Thank you for blessing us by listening to what we've been saying for 4 to 5 years. And then not doing anything that we've actually asked for the last 4 or 5 years. 99% of the people absolutely hate Tag Team Arena. They hate it with a passion. They loathe it. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's inane. There's no tag in this Tag Team Arena. It's Classic Arena times 3. It's becoming more and more mandatory to complete because of Hard Wars Faction, because you need the resources, etc., etc. So you're forcing us to play Tag Team Arena. And now you're saying, one big change is in the works. Expanded tiers. Woo! Like that should have been done 4 years ago, 5 years ago, however long it's been around. I'm going to say 4 for the benefit of the doubt. Expanded tiers. Now, does this mean putting in platinum? Does this mean just expanding the tier limit? Both of those are great changes. Don't get me wrong. Needed for the missions, needed for just the general enjoyment and play, needed for the fact that we should be gaining more of these resources in a terrible mode, that at least we should get some kind of benefit other than getting the extra 6 keys for the Faction Wars hard that is ridiculously overtuned anyway. And that's what you've listened. That's what you heard. That's what you heard. That's the one thing you heard over the last 5 years, is that we needed expanded. Yes, we did. We did then. We still do now. Absolutely. But stop patting yourself on the back like you did us some kind of favor. But let's move on. Classic Arena Blind Reset is finally landing this summer. My understanding of what Blind Reset is, during I don't know if it's the final hour or whatever, you will not be able to see the names of the opponents you're fighting when you're in Platinum Arena, so that you can't just target a single team. You can't just boost a team. You can't do all these stupid mechanics that make it a little less more competitive gameplay. Fine. Great. So now you've made 500 people happy in your total player base, which are the 500 people that play Platinum. And only the people that want to play honestly and fairly and have an actual drive to competitiveness will be happy with that. So let's say 300. You've made 300 people happy. Oh, don't strain your muscles patting yourself on the back. Now, hey, if you're a guy like Drock, congratulations. I suspect he'll make that happy. I think it'll make good content when he doesn't know what he's walking into with fighting. Great. There's also this possible change to the reset logic. And with no ETA, we have no idea what that means. A quality of life tweak for the Platinum avatars. Oh, good, we get new avatars. Fuck off. This is such a nothing burger for 99.99% of the player base. Again, great change. Not negating the change itself. In a silo, just looking at it, great change. But 99.99% of the people don't care. Don't care. We'll never care. We'll never see platinum. We'll never fight platinum. We'll never even need to know anything about platinum. So their reset is always blind because they aren't looking at it. Like it's just wake the fuck up. But no, wait, there's more. Siege. Clan leaders rejoice. You can remove teams from buildings during the prep. This is the only one that I feel is 100%. 100%. Absolutely. Again, small tweak. It's relatively short into the whole lifespan of the siege. Probably still 6 months later than it really absolutely should have been. But whatever, they're adding it. Okay? Silver. You said it. Let's see if he scrolls up because I can't read it. Right where he's... Are you not... Okay, he's going back. Phew. Okay. You said silver's been tight, especially with faction wars hardened. I mean, well, the costs aren't changing for now. The next update brings some relief. Daily 1 hour free gear removal ticket will become the reward for win 3 artifacts accessories from clearing the dungeon's advanced quests. That should help a bit. Oh, wow. We've spoken. You've listened. No, you haven't. Why are you gaining? And you know that's going to be a 24-hour ticket that disappears because you won't be able to stack them. I promise you. They won't even make it a 7-day. They're jerks. They're assholes. And assholes do things like that. They feed you. This is like we're occupied. We're occupied. We're an occupied. Teleria's been occupied by the overlords of Plarium. And every time they give us a little sprinkle of something even hopeful, we clamor and we love and we grasp because it's better than nothing. But this is a multi-billion-dollar company off of the backs of people spending sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in this game. And they come up with, well, we'll give you a 1 hour free gear removal once a day if you do the advanced quest, which means you can only use your 1 hour free gear removal within 24 hours of doing your reset, which is for me is 6 p.m. It might be, it's early, probably 8 a.m., 7 a.m., I don't know, for Britain. And you move across the different stages. So, you're going to have to do your faction wars sometime within, we have to wait for that. And then, you can use your 1 hour and you have to do everything you want to do in this game in that 1 hour window. You got to move all your faction wars gear around for 2 or 3 different stages, times 3 because there's, or yeah, I think we get 3 stages worth of keys if you do your 5 arena. So make sure you do your 5 arena before you use that free token. And then, you want to do some Cursed City and you want to move some gear around now? Well, you got 1 hour, so have at her. You're welcome. We are so amazing. It's like, I pulled the muscles, patted myself in the back. Better use this hand instead. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Again, in a silo, great change. Having an hour gear removal is better than no hour gear removal. I absolutely understand and agree with that. But the fact that we're celebrating this like it's some kind of big win, when the reality is what we've been asking for since Centranos, definitely since Hard Faction Wars, just make gear removal free. We still have to roll all this gear. There's new gear sets, so we're incentivized to roll our gear because protection's more important than stone skin now. So all that protection gear that maybe you only rolled a few pieces, now you're rolling all the pieces to get more speed because speed's in the meta, and getting that 9-piece can absolutely help in a lot of areas. You've got Feral. My God, a 9-piece Feral gives you 5% extra damage per debuff that someone like Lydia puts on the boss. That's a lot of extra damage for Chimera, for example. These are things we got to do. So we're absolutely always rolling gear. We're always improving gear. There's never going to be a time that we don't want to improve gear. You don't need the silver break cost of swapping gear. Get fucking rid of it. We know you can, because if you can do it for an hour, you can do it for a lifetime. You can do that. It's a mechanic you're able to do, but you're so stingy and so ridiculous and so just not giving a flying fuck what we want that you give us this little bone and we're all standing around the food stamps just, thank you, Plarium, for Overlord Plarium, for giving us some tasty morsels of ridiculous, absolute, unadulterated, pure shit. Do better. I feel like I need Joey Swole in this. Do better. Don't mind your own business. This is your business. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? They're adding new filters for artifacts and accessories to help organize gear. Great. Love it. That's about the only one I'm not going to bitch about because they've been doing that over the years. It took them a long time to start, but now they've been updating and improving both champion filters and gear filters a lot. There's a Minotaur quality of life. Oh my God, we've listened. Minotaur has been a dead dungeon for 5 years. The smart player still uses it because it saves resources, but you haven't changed a fucking thing on it since you added the 800 gems to purchase. And why? Because you added the 800 gems to purchase. We're not stupid. We know you don't want to make it easier to run Minotaur because you want us to spend the 800 gems instead. It is so blindly obvious and painfully obvious. So what's the wonderful Minotaur quality of life you're going to give us? Let's see if we can get him to move the yeah. Okay. Expect Super Raids event as the first step to see if you enjoy it. To see if you enjoy it. What do you think we do with Minotaur? To see if we enjoy it? Are you insane? Are you mental? The first step to see if we enjoy it. You know what we will enjoy? Being able to instant auto battle as many battles as we fucking want in Minotaur till it's done. It's not about resource saving other than running Minotaur rather than spending the gems. It's about time saving. This is an obvious time sink that you can obviously change. I should be able to punch in 100 battles, 150, 200 battles. I should be able to just put in champions, and as long as that thing wins, it should just go until all those champions have max scrolls, and then it stops, or I run out of energy, and then it stops. That's what Minotaur should be now. I should not be spending a second of my life on Minotaur, other than to set up the rules, punch in the champions, and go. And you know it. You know it. That's why you're starting to look at it. But you're giving this another little morsel. We're all clamoring around. Overlord PLARIUM, thank you very much. It's absolutely asinine and embarrassing. But what's most embarrassing is this is what you've told us. Now, obviously, you're not telling us about any sort of big feature change. So in the next 4 to 6 months, which you know we'll get one sort of new feature in the game. That's kind of is their MO. So there's one new feature coming. And this is all you figured out to do in the next 4 to 6 fucking months for features other than a new game mode or whatever you're planning in the future. You're giving us a long overdue but well under delivered tag team arena change. You're giving us a for the 0.001 classic arena player change. You're giving us for 1 out of every 30 players on average siege change. You're giving us 1 hour gear removal, which you've already added into the game. So this is just replacing one resource with another resource in advanced quests. And you're giving us extra filters for gear management. And a much, much overdue and under-delivered quality of life change in Minotaur to see if we enjoy it. Congratulations, PLARIUM. I'm glad your 300 plus employees can come together to make such... Are you guys owned by Ubisoft? Because this is the sort of delivery that an overbloated AAA company like that delivers. Not what PLARIUM should be delivering. You're a mobile game. You should be able to add features monthly. This whole list should be 1 month of quality of life improvements. Period. Full stop. But you're not. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're just bitching. Just stop complaining and play the game. No, fuck you. My channel, I can bitch all I want. And I want to bitch about this because it's ridiculous and it's embarrassing. And I broke my fridge. Or maybe my fridge broke. I'm not sure. Last night into this morning. And so now I have to buy a new fridge, which cost me $1,200. So guess who's not getting my $1,200 anytime soon? PLARIUM. And that's actually part of the reason why I wanted to make this today as well, is because my fridge broke and I'm angry. And I wanted to channel that hate into PLARIUM. So that's all I have. Hey, no hate, no shade to the other creators. They're saying what's right. In a silo, great changes over the next 4 to 6 months. I'm just tired of the bullshit of us trying to force feed ourselves into believing that this is the best that PLARIUM can do when we know it's not, and we know they can do better. And man, when they do execute, it's great. It's just execute at a pace of a normal human company. Computer company. Just do something that balances your spreadsheets with our enjoyment. Because I'll tell you, when I'm enjoying, I'm spending. When I'm not enjoying, I'm not spending. And I can't be the only one out there. I'm sure the same goes for all of them. You think Simon is putting as much money on a monthly basis today as he did 2 years ago? You think that if he loved this game and this game was at a level that was just banger, that he would have even bothered with Fateless? Hell no. You're the reason why Fateless exists. Thank you. Because you're the reason why Fateless exists. You're the reason why Godforge is happening. Because they asked themselves as a group at hellhades.com, why can't they do better? We should do better. And then they made a company and they're trying to do better. And we'll see if they do better. I have high hopes and I'm looking forward to it. But in the meantime, I just needed to get a whole lot of shit off my chest and just bitch and moan for 20 minutes about this. Also, if you made it this far, thank you. I have a question for you if you made it this far. My other channel was Godforge, or was Watcher of Realms. My plan was to switch it to Godforge, but I kind of want to just do random content. Just stuff like that's not gaming necessarily, just stuff to put out there. And if I put it on that channel, would that be cool? And then this channel could be Godforge Raid combined? Because I don't know if I want to play Raid on a daily basis and create content for it on a daily basis, but I don't want to let go of Raid, and I love creating content for you guys. So I'm thinking this could be a Godforge Raid, which some people say don't do that, it'll muddle the algorithm, to which I don't care anymore. What do you think, I'm in the algorithm? 200 people will see this video. So I think my thoughts, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If I change the other channel to just a variety channel, would you guys watch that? Would it be any better or worse than just a dead channel? And this channel here, if I split Raid and Godforge, would that divide you guys? Or would you just be like, oh, I'm playing one or the other, I'll watch them, or if you're playing both, you watch. Let me know in the comments down below. That said, I've got nothing left to rant. That's not true. I got so much to rant about. But I'm going to let go for now. I got a whole house to clean. The wife's going to be here, a week and a half from now, but I'm going to see her in a week's time. Yay! And thank you for watching. Oh, we still have more videos we got to put up on the travel channel. I apologize. I'm probably going to do those today on my next break, just so I can finally say, okay, I did it. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.